The grace of God forgives also, don't miss this, the distance that is missed. The grace of God forgives the distance that is missed. I think about the grace of God and how it carries me. I'm thinking about a conversation that I was going to have with a person last year, and I walked in, I was going to have this conversation, and I'm about ready to say it, and God says, don't do it. I'm like, no, remember, we set this up. We did this as an appointment. We've been kind of waiting on it for a week. Like, not now. God, are you sure? Now, I don't actually know why I ask him that, but I do because I question sometimes, what he's doing. He says, yeah, I'm pretty sure about this, so don't say anything. I'm like, all right, fine. And so we talked about some other things. Everybody's wondering right now, was it me? Was it me? It wasn't you. And then about 4 days later, I found myself in a conversation with that person, and I was not going to talk about it, and God says, now, say it now. And their immediate response was, you're right. What can I do? You see, God knew that in the first moment when I had set it up, in my power and ability, he wasn't ready. But when he was ready, God made sure that I happened to be standing there, and he says, okay, you're an idiot, but hey, through my grace, you're going to not be an idiot today. So the mark, you're going to miss it, but now I'm going to grace you, and you're going to hit that mark, you're going to land it. Bingo, awesome. Wow, aren't I great? Not really. I'm the one who told you to do it. Oh, that's right. Man, okay. That's how the grace of God works in our lives, which is why we can't really boast about anything that we're doing. And the second thing is the grace where we miss the target, and it's the distance between the target and where we land. I think about a conversation that my wife and Seth and Hannah, my two kids, were having a couple of weeks ago, and I walked in the middle of it, and there was a little bitty fire here. And I walked in and I'm like, well, I'm going to pour lighter fluid on this, and I'm going to pour some gasoline on this. I'm going to go get some extra wood, and I'm going to make this a bonfire. And I just blew the whole thing up. And you ever been in one of those conversations whenever you're saying things and you're like, man, I so know I'm going to be apologizing for this later, but I'm doubling down right now, baby, and I'm just going to roll with it, okay? It was kind of one of those conversations, and it had the desire, well, not desired, but it had that result, predictable result. I remember walking away from that and just thinking, man, I am such an idiot. And then God just said, you need to go back in, humble yourself, and ask them to forgive you. So I walk back in sheepishly, my shoulders all shrugging, and I have to ask for forgiveness. And of course, because God gives them grace, they said, you know what, Dad, it's okay. We know you meant well. You're an idiot, but it's okay. They didn't say that. They're very respectful. I heard that, but they didn't say that because I just recognized who I am. But they gave me grace, and I experienced grace, and this is what God does for us. This is grace. I couldn't undo it, couldn't press rewind, couldn't change any of that. In fact, the ashes were still there. It's like, oh yeah, there's the evidence. But forgiveness, it forgives the distance from where I landed and the target that I was shooting for. This is what God does in our life. Is this making sense to us, church? And you know what? Sometimes our wounds and the things that we do far from God are much deeper than that and much more impactful. And we think, oh man, is God able to forgive? And the answer is yes.